What's going on, guys? Faulty Shotgun, bringing you a Nightblade build video. It's a heavy armor Nightblade. It's something I've been running past couple patches. It does me really well. It's definitely not going to be like the craziest build in the world. But yeah, I've had a lot of people just ask me what I'm running. So I figured I'd just go ahead and make a build video, make it nice and simple. I don't want to make it too long, so we'll just go ahead and get right into it. So yeah, stats. Let's go ahead and buff up. Now this is a heavy armor Nightblade build. So we are looking at 2k stam recovery, 3k weapon damage. Stam's pretty low, I'll get to that in a minute, even though I'm Argonian, it's still pretty low. Max health isn't bad, you're looking at about 23, 24k in Cyrodiil. 13k max Maj, which is really nice. Crit resistance is 2700. I think my regular resistances are about 22k. 22k physical and spell resistance, not bad, not great. You're just in heavy, so you're tanky, it's whatever. For the Mundus, I'm using the Warrior. Obviously, using Dubious Cameron, because why not? I am not a vampire on this build. Got tired of being Destro ulted and just being eaten alive by Magicka DKs. Plus I'm wearing Shackle, so it doesn't really matter, which I'm about to get into. So let's take a look at the gear. I am running a Nirnhoned Shackle Breaker Battle Axe. I am gonna say I don't really care for the Battle Axe at all. I just don't have any gold or tempers or anything like that to make a sword. I find the bleed to have a really low proc chance, in all honesty. Like, I could really use a buff. I think the Sword of the Maul would really just benefit you a lot more, mainly the sword. With a disease enchant, you can run a weapon damage enchant here if you want. I don't think it really matters all that much. Defending Shacklebreaker Bow. You can go powered, you can go infused with a weapon damage enchant here and keep the disease enchant there, whatever. I like these poisons though, which is why I don't have an enchant on the bow. These are really, really good and heavy. Definitely give you a lot of healing back, it's really nice. It also applies a little bit of pressure, so pretty good. They're kind of expensive to make. If anybody wants to know how to make them, I can link it in the description. I just don't remember off the top of my head. You can also run the Unstoppable poisons. These are really annoying to fight against. So if you got the mats, man, I would definitely go with these. I am running Troll King. Carry set, not carry set, OP, cheese, whatever. We're talking about getting beat up by 30 people here and running from Zergs. I'll take whatever I can get, which is also why I'm not a vampire. Heavy helmet, heavy chest, heavy shoulders. I'm running Bone Pirate, so I did hands and waist. We got heavy legs, heavy feet, and then Bone Pirate jewelry. Now this is where it's going to get a little interesting, because I always get asked how I deal with snares in a heavy build since we don't have shuffle anymore. I don't. You get snared, that's it, it's over. You're just snared to death. Welcome to Cyrodiil. I don't think they'll ever really do anything major about being snared unless you want to run forward momentum. I hate forward momentum. So there's that. So I'm running Swift. I'm running 2-piece Swift, which is why I said my max stam's a little low. These two traits right here will literally make you the fastest heavy armor thing in Cyrodiil, probably next to a Stam Sork, because they get Major Expedition or Minor Expedition, whichever one it is. These traits are amazing. It is definitely worth the loss of Stam. So that's what I'm rocking for gear. I got Shackle, both bars. I decided to not go with a Master Bow setup forever ago. It's whatever. It's just easier for me to use. Let's see, for the skills, obviously running Rally. I do not run an Execute, have not since they buffed Relentless Focus. If you are able to play with this ability correctly, It's your execute. That's all you need. Fear, obviously for your main CC and minor maim. Surprise attack, ambush, and incap. Even with the nerfs coming in next patch, I'm still going to run incap. The major defile is just amazing. You have fear, so the stun is irrelevant, essentially. Like, whatever. Back bar, we got vigor, shadow image, which is really the only way that you can deal with snares, and now being able to place this anywhere makes it such an amazing ability. I am running Mirage. I'm not running the Major Expedition morph, which again, I'll get into that when I show you the potions that I'm using. Obviously using Poison Injection, and then just regular old Cloak, man. If you need to stop taking damage for a second, it's seriously all you got. I mean, you put a Shade down, you're getting snared, you kite away, Shade back, Cloak out, you know, GG. So there's that. And then a lot of people, I've seen a lot of people running this, especially more often now that it was mentioned in the patch notes that it got buffed to a 28 meter radius, which if you're only using it for yourself, it doesn't matter. Go ahead and buff up so I can show you the tooltip on that. Soul Siphon is absolutely amazing. For group play, non-group play, solo play, getting Zerg down, pop a Soul Siphon, throw a Shade down, kite away, Shade back, GG. Soul Siphon is amazing. I'm not really giving you guys any options on what to run outside of this. This is what I run. If you want to run something else, by all means, go ahead. This is just what I'm using. Let's check out the CP. I've got 56 into Warlord. You're in heavy. You're going to get CC'd a lot. It's kind of just... You really can't deal without a whole bunch into Warlord at this point in the game. I am running points into Sprinter, mainly because I do have the Swift Jewelry traits, which makes kiting just absolutely amazing, and I do run Lingering Health Speed Pots, which are also just absolutely amazing. Major Expedition at all times, you get a bit of a heal. I'm an Argonian, so I get carried, so I basically get a tripod. Tenacity combined with the heavy armor passive, you don't need a whole lot into this. I just like it more for the off balance passive, which I'll get into in a second when I get to that tree. Nothing into Arcanist doesn't really help with this build because you're not running drinks. Pretty standard, 56 into Mooncalf. Nothing into Befoul because I put it all into sprinting. You can change that if you want, if you feel like you need more into Major Defile. I think you get Incap, you know, pretty often. Especially if you play it right and you work your opponent down before you use it. Just, you know, you don't really need a lot into Befoul. You could probably put more into Tumbling and less into Sprinter if you felt like you needed a dodge roll more. Not really a whole lot into Blessed because I have 120 into the other trees, plus I'm in heavy, I'm wearing Troll King, I'm an Argonian, Lingering Health Pots. You kind of see where I'm going with that. You can put more in there if you want, if you feel like it. But 73 into Master at Arms. Everything you're doing as a Nightblade is direct damage, so this is really your bread and butter. 47 into Physical Weapon Expert. I toyed with Shattering Blows a little bit. I tried to split the 3 in between here. I don't particularly like Shattering Blows, mainly because when you're fighting stand builds, Shattering Blows is literally useless. And I just don't like gimping myself to most classes. I don't really find myself having a problem with damage shields anyway. And with all the buff to light attacks and the nerf to heavy attack damage, I feel like Physical Weapon Expert really kind of shines. And this passive right now, as of Summerset still and the previous patches, has been incredibly strong. This is proccing off of Major Evasion right now. It will not do that next patch. It'll only proc off Dodge Chance. It'll still be really good. But essentially, if you're kiting away from a Zerg or anything like that, or even just a 1-on-1 or 1v2, something like that, if you set somebody off balance, you're getting, don't quote me on this, I want to say 75% increased resources from heavy attacking a off-balance target while also doing 50% more damage and guaranteeing a stun, which you can line up into a heavy attack in cap spectral bow, you know, GG. So that passive is very strong. If you don't feel like you want to play with this, if you feel like it messes up your rotation or the stun's kind of wonky, by all means put more into Bless, whatever you want. It's all you. I've got 24 into piercing since I'm not running a maul. Even with a maul, I probably still run more into piercing. That's really the only thing that I do put penetration into. 56 precise strikes. It's all your crit damage, crit healing, your Nightblade. You're critting a lot, even in heavy. Like, I have low crit, but I still guarantee the crit with cloak, so it's never a bad idea to have anything in there. Mighty, pretty self-explanatory. 66 Ironclad. This is all the direct damage. This is your crystal frags. This is the upfront damage from Dawnbreaker. Those 15k Magicka Nightblade spectral bows that are going to just blast your hairline back to the 60s and give you a bowl cut. I mean, that's almost unmitigatable, man. I mean, I'm in heavy and I'm still getting hit hard by that shit. It's ridiculous. Crit resist, can't do without it. I wouldn't go less than this. I wouldn't go more. You start getting diminishing returns. Hardy, Elemental Defender, Thick Skin, pretty self-explanatory. I'd probably go more into Thick Skinned, honestly, at this point, with the amount of dots and slows and... I mean, you guys know, bleeds and everything like that, it just eats you alive. If you can't cloak, you can't get away. You know, you're just going to die to dot damage. It's really annoying. Especially not having a purge or anything like that. I put the leftover into quick recovery. A little bit of healing here and there. Never really hurts. I'll show you some other potions you can use. I'll show you the lingering health pots I'm using. Which, these are pretty good. I think these get buffed with your weapon damage and other buffs and things like that. Maybe not. Then I just got regular stamina move speed pots, tri-pots. And these right here are going to be your best friend against those really annoying medium armor cloaking Nightblades. I mean, I don't even need to say anything else. You guys already know where I'm going with that. They're just walking around, in-capping you from stealth for absolutely 0 damage, and then you'll never see them again. Like, most annoying thing in the world. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's about it. If I missed anything, if you guys have any questions, anything like that, in the comments below, just let me know. If you have any questions about maybe what you could run different, I have run this setup with a couple different things. Just giving you what I've been running for the past couple months. Works for me. Hope it works for you guys. And have a good day.